Our final presentation this afternoon will be from the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a forest in the thick, dense, foggy air of an April morning preparing for a hunt, but not your typical kind of hunt. You fixed your mind to uncover the location of what is known to some as a myth, the rare and sumptuous morel mushroom. One that only appears a few weeks out of the year and has never seen the concrete sidewalks of any city. After hours of looking, you finally find your treasure, the morel mushroom. Hello, I'm William Meath, and we are Chief Promotions. Chief Promotions is a marketing firm based in Champaign, Illinois. We partner with new and upcoming agriculture businesses in order to ensure that they are influential, consumer-focused, and successful. We are here to present to you, Veritas Farms, our marketing strategy for your new product, Morchellas. Through Veritas Farms' patent-pending greenhouse technology, Morchellas have left the woods and can now be found in the food market. This delicacy will be in high demand. By capitalizing on your Chicago and Minneapolis-St. Paul greenhouse locations, together we will bring the reward of an April hunt to farmers markets, food co-ops, and restaurants with farm-grown, fresh taste, gourmet standard Morchellas. And now here's Peter to talk to you about market potential and consumer profile.
April is often called Morel Madness month due to the short season of the highly demanded mushroom. Rare Taste Farms is committed to extending the mushroom madness by offering a consistent, high quality, and delicious product year-round. Our market analysis team has found, without any doubt, that mushrooms are becoming an even greater mainstay in the specialty food market as consumers realize their wide range of benefits. In fact, the National Purchase Diary shows that 10% of Americans are consuming mushrooms at least once during a 2-week period. Furthermore, one growing trend in restaurant cuisine, called wildcrafting, uses local foods at the centerpiece of a dish in place of less healthy and filling options such as pasta, causing upscale restaurants to crave the consistent supply only you can provide. Rare Taste Farms will capitalize on growing local markets near your very own greenhouses, reaching consumers by being completely transparent in your processes, a quality not found in any of your competitors. Rare Taste Farms will target food co-ops, farmers markets, and upscale restaurants in Chicago, Illinois, and Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota. Roberta Cook, a prominent researcher at the University of California, Davis, recognized that high-income consumers, or those that income greater than $100,000, purchase 31% of all fresh produce. Specifically, we have nailed down your target demographic to the age range of 40 and 65, noting that these consumers have a higher disposable income and more mature tastes. Furthermore, 75% of your target demographic is already purchasing high-end vegetable products, and 63% are looking to buy specialty foods at farmers markets throughout the Midwest. As Rare Taste Farms moves into the future, you can expect your consumers to become loyal to unique, high-quality, and delicious product, leading to increased market control and greater profits as you continue to promote the Morel Madness year after year. And now, Griffin Abel will continue with the market and competitive profiles.
We consider Chicago and Minneapolis-St. Paul the two best locations to maximize profits, and here's why. Chicagoland residents have a high rate of food consumption at 11% more than the average American, along with Minneapolis-St. Paul expenditure levels 13% above the average, according to U.S. Census reports. Farmers market research from the University of Minnesota shows that half of all market visitors fall within the age range of 40 to 65, pinpointing Rare Taste Farms' niche age group. These consumers visit farmers markets on average of 6 times per month and spend nearly $25 per visit. Minneapolis and Chicago metropolitan markets currently obtain mushrooms through non-regional or seasonal suppliers. Rare Taste Farms will integrate into the market as the only fresh year-round Morchella producer in the region, allowing bi-weekly delivery to Morchella market outlets. Your product can seamlessly transition from steakhouse, seafood, Asian, and French cuisine, allowing us to compete with all high-end suppliers. Indeed, Chief Promotions recognizes the comparison chart lists Morchellas at a much higher price. However, with a specialty mushroom, our pricing is accurate for the market. Cementing our pricing are the health benefits that other mushrooms fail to reach. Morchellas contain fewer calories and carbs than other mushrooms, with a greater concentration of protein and fiber. They also contain vitamin B6, vitamin C, potassium, copper, and selenium. And unlike other mushrooms, morchellas contain phytosterol, a natural plant substance that helps the human body block cholesterol. These health benefits, along with an array of cuisine options, sets Rare Taste Farms' product above the rest. And now Ben will present the business proposition.
We propose that Rare Taste Farms reaches out to gourmet restaurants and farmers markets in the Chicago and Minneapolis-St. Paul areas. This will give these restaurants and farmers markets the unique opportunity of providing their customers fresh morel mushrooms year-round. Rare Taste Farms can enhance a consumer's epicureal experience by providing a twist on fine dining. And by marketing morchellas in these key areas, Rare Taste Farms' profitability will increase great over the next 3 years. We've performed a SWOT analysis in order to gain knowledge about morchellas and Rare Taste Farms. A strength of Rare Taste Farms is the ability to produce morchellas year-round using a patent-pending process. Both Rare Taste Farms greenhouses are located in close proximity to their target markets, allowing for the shipment of fresh morchellas, ultimately increasing consumer value. A threat to morchellas is brand awareness. Morchella's brand name is not very well known in these areas, creating an obstacle we must overcome. However, Rare Taste Farms has a large customer following, and we will use this to our advantage. And while being unknown can be considered a threat, we also consider it to be an opportunity. Rare Taste Farms will have access to a niche market of intrigued customers with no prior knowledge of morchellas. A weakness of Rare Taste Farms is a contamination to a greenhouse. However, with Rare Taste Farms' contingency plan in place, the chances of 100% contamination are very unlikely. Rare Taste Farms can eliminate, raise, reduce, and create specific features of the mushroom industry as shown in our ERRC table. Normally, morel mushrooms are only found in limited numbers, making them a rare treat. Because of its greenhouses, Rare Taste Farms is able to eliminate the seasonal growing period restriction experienced by other morel vendors each year. Other morel distributors can only offer frozen, dehydrated, or a seasonal product, compared to Rare Taste Farms, who is able to offer a fresh product year-round, raising the bar high above the industry standards. Morchella's destinations are close to the greenhouses they are produced in, decreasing transportation costs, damage loss, and prolonging freshness. And finally, Rare Taste Farms is able to create opportunities with morels that no one has ever done before. Both restaurants and farmers markets will be able to offer their customers a unique product at a competitive price. I will now introduce Catherine with the first part of the action plan.
Morchellas are unique, they are rare, and they are now offered year-round. Morchellas will be sold to restaurants and consumers in Chicago and Minneapolis-St. Paul. They will be sold to restaurants at $40 per pound wholesale and be packaged in a 15-pound bulk size. They will be sold to consumers at $15 for a quarter pound and therefore be packaged in a quarter-pound container. Morchella's packaging is a breathable cardboard container, such as the ones that are sitting in front of you, which is made from 100% recyclable products. Consumer packaging will also include a 10% off coupon to be used at restaurants. In year 1, Morchellas will be sold to restaurants in Chicago. In year 2, this will be expanded in Chicago to farmers markets and local food cooperatives. In year 3, Morchellas will be fully introduced into Minneapolis-St. Paul, into restaurants, farmers markets, and local food cooperatives. Our promotional plan includes 3 core areas: business to business, business to consumer, and mass media marketing. Let's start with business to business. To inform restaurants, target managers will be given sample morchellas, along with information on how the greenhouses are operated, morchellas are grown, and ways morchellas can be prepared. In ways that morchellas can be prepared. The morchellas will also be showcased at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago, which attracts over 58,000 attendees who are looking to make connections in new emerging markets. Rare Taste Farms will also approach businesses through their executive chef. This chef will bring credibility along with personal relationships with his or her restaurant peers. To create buzz, Rare Taste Farms will sponsor a local chef competition that will be held annually downtown at NBC Plaza, when the winners will receive 30 pounds of morchellas. Local chefs will also be invited to dinner and a tour of Rare Taste Farms greenhouse. As an incentive to attend, they will receive a meal information, and 10 pounds of free morcellas. The core aspect of business-to-business marketing is meaningful relationships with each business. Sales agents will create individualized financial strategies for each restaurant. These agents will also have the power to negotiate with chefs, allowing financial decisions to be made with a trusted individual. Finally, a smartphone application will be available to assist the busy, on-the-go restaurant operators, allowing them to place and track orders from the palm of their hand. Kelly will now describe business-to-consumer marketing.
The second area of emphasis in the action plan is business-to-consumer marketing. The first way to connect with consumers is through live demonstrations. These demonstrations will take place at food cooperatives. The chef at Rare Taste Farms will prepare dishes featuring morcellas for the customers. Chief Promotions will also have similar demonstrations at local farmers markets. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people attend their local farmers market. According to Chicago's Green City Market, they took in over 200,000 visitors in 2010, and the numbers continue to increase. Rare Taste Farms will have a booth at some of these most visited markets in our target area, including Chicago's Green City Market, Minneapolis's Farmers Market, and several others. At each booth, curious customers can purchase freshly picked morcellas packaged in a convenient, eco-friendly container. Additionally, the chef will provide live demonstrations to assist the customers with preparing dishes using Rare Taste Farms morcellas. A list of restaurants that are partnered with Rare Taste Farms will be provided at each booth, along with some of your most popular morcellas recipes. These farmers markets will help create up to 175,000 potential connections with your consumers per year. Another way to connect with consumers is through a food film festival. Each November, the City of Chicago hosts a food film festival with over 1,200 food enthusiasts. The chef will prepare a morcellas dish for the festival's after party. While consuming the delicious dish at this event, attendees will view a short film explaining Rare Taste Farms morcellas. A final way to connect with consumers is through coupons. When customers order a dish containing morcellas at participating restaurants, they will receive a coupon stapled to their receipt. This coupon will provide the customers with a discount of 10% off your product at food cooperatives or farmers markets. Ellen will now continue with mass media marketing.
The final entity of the marketing agenda that encompasses the entire action plan is mass media marketing and communication. Rare Taste Farms will connect with businesses and consumers using online communication, advertisements, and earned media public relations. This plan will encompass all of the events, promotions, and ideas related to our business-to-business and business-to-consumer plans. The online communication that Rare Taste Farms has in place will utilize Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube as social media outlets, as well as a website. This online communication will feature creative ways to cook morcellas in recipes, YouTube videos from our chef, events, promotions, and current restaurant locations, as well as an online order center. Advertisements will be placed in print and web publications that are frequently read by businesses, consumers, and chefs. One popular food journal, Heavy Table, has an average of 170,000 page views each month. Advertisements will also be placed with Midwest Living, a popular magazine that circulates 950,000 magazines each month. Advertisements will also be placed with Epicurious.com and Chicago Home and Garden. One of the most vital parts of this communication plan is earned media public relations. A public relations specialist will be responsible for portraying a positive public image for Rare Taste Farms and morcellas through TV and radio interviews, newspapers, and blogs. This communication plan allows two-way communication for your customers to learn, interact, and order. Nick will now present the financial summary.
For Rare Taste Farms, we have taken an aggressive yet thoughtful approach for positioning morcellas in both the Chicago and Minneapolis-St. Paul markets. In the next 3 years, you can expect business-to-business sales grow from 7,000 pounds to over 33,000 pounds by year 3. With the addition of the business-to-consumer market in year 2, you can expect business-to-consumer sales to grow over 20,000 pounds by year 3. In total, sales revenues will grow from $288,000 to over $2.5 million, nearly a tenfold increase. As a specialized marketing firm, we firmly believe in employing both traditional and non-traditional marketing techniques. In year 1, we are suggesting an allocation of 18.8% of your revenue specifically geared towards raising awareness in the restaurant industry in Chicago. In year 2, we are suggesting an allocation of $181,000. And in year 3, with the addition of Minneapolis-St. Paul, we are suggesting an allocation of $230,000. A few key indicators I would like to point out include break-even sales, profit margin, and annualized return. Over the course of the next 3 years, you can feel reassured that our sales projections far surpass the minimal amount of morchellas that need to be sold in order to gain a profit. If Rare Taste Farms can optimize both production and the marketing techniques we have laid out today, you can expect to receive over a 60% profit margin by year 3. Finally, Chief Promotions has calculated an annualized return of 22% by the 3rd year. I would now like to introduce Carly with monitoring and measuring.
Rare Taste Farms' legacy depends on serving the demands of your target market with the exquisite taste of morchellas, thriving on building lasting relationships with your customer base. Monitoring and measuring the success of Rare Taste Farms' goals will allow you to make adjustments in the ever-changing landscape of the Midwest economy. Rare Taste Farms will utilize a unique customer relations management system, or CRM, that has been tailored to the needs of the Morchella brand. The CRM will allow you to see the overall health of the company and enrich business strategies, sustaining upwards of a 97% customer satisfaction rate. If these goals are not reached, your company will identify and address core issues with the quality of the product. We advise that you have sales representatives that maintain uniform bi-weekly routes to the restaurants. On every 4th delivery, these representatives will distribute evaluation sheets to be filled out by the clients. If any issues arise, Rare Taste Farms will initiate the quality assurance team to resolve the issue in a timely manner. Rare Taste Farms will implement an overlapping planning schedule to ensure a continuous supply of fresh morchellas. If part of the supply becomes contaminated or fails to thrive, these mushrooms will be immediately disposed of and replaced with the overlapping cycle supply. Production will cover 120% of expected demand, allowing for 20% of additional supply to cover any unexpected issues. Additionally, we advise that you use a product tracking system from the production facility to its destination. As part of the Produce Traceability Initiative, this technology will dramatically cut the time it takes to track any unacceptable produce, ultimately avoiding any widespread quality issues. Now, I will turn it back to Will to conclude our presentation.
The reclusive morel mushroom has been brought into the light. With projected demand high and Rare Taste Farms ready to capitalize on this opportunity, morchellas can hide no more. In order to ensure the success of morchellas, Chief Promotions is ready to implement the inspired market strategy. Farm-grown, fresh taste, gourmet standard. Thank you. We are now open to questions.
Okay, I guess I'll start. Just wondering if you did any primary research with consumers and also with chefs out there to find out if they want this product. Certainly they would want it, but from that standpoint, how much they're willing to pay for it, when they would use it, how much they would buy, that type of thing.
We actually did conduct primary research, and we called chefs in both target demographics. They did express an extreme interest in the product, and we showed that they would want the amount that we have provided them for the 2-week supply, and the $40 per pound wholesale was an acceptable price.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you give them a range on price, or did you just say $40 a pound?
Yes, we actually did give them a range, as we have found that the upwards end is around $80 per pound wholesale, because this is a very rare product, and we did a range down to around $30 or $25, and we found $40 to be the correct price.
Okay, thank you.
It sounded like you wanted to hire an executive chef, but you hadn't identified that person yet. So how will we get the right person? That's pretty critical. And there's no budget in year one for the executive chef. It seems like that would be really important to get started.
I'll first address your first question as how do we choose this executive chef? The chef is chosen through an application process. So we first review the application, and then the chef will be brought in for a personal interview, where we will also require that this chef actually provide us with live demonstrations that they would be presenting. And the chef will not only be chosen based on their culinary skills, but also based on their personal skills, because they are vital to creating these relationships. And your second question as to why they aren't being introduced into year 2, this is actually a cost-saving technique that we are using for Rare Taste Farms. We feel that the chef will be more effectively used in year 2, being able to be used not only in creating relationships with both the restaurants in year 2 and our consumer demographic.
I'm going to touch real quick on some of your financial scenarios. I think you're looking at a number of different markets with cooperatives and farmers markets and obviously restaurants. The first year we've got $112,000 in sales force costs estimated. How are we ever going to accomplish that with about $112,000 in expense?
So for the $112,000, that is allocated towards the sales staff that is being brought on for this project alone.
Do you think we can accomplish that with all those different venues coverage with?
Yes. In year one,
basically one salesperson?
Yes. In year one, we have 2 salespeople receiving roughly a little over $60,000, and we feel that this is adequate because they will not only begin with a company, they'll also grow with the company and form long-lasting relationships.
Do you have any plans to have an arrangement with a food distribution company? I don't know how many restaurants you're talking about getting food to. Is that the salesperson that's going to be delivering the food, that kind of thing?
We will not be having any kind of arrangement with a distribution company. One of the core aspects of this marketing plan is really creating those meaningful relationships and connecting from Rare Taste Farms to the actual restaurants, so that sales agent will be the one on the biweekly routes.
As part of your promotions, you talk about doing a coupon for the restaurant when they purchase at the farmer's market. In the financials, there's nothing in here for the cost of those coupons and how they're going to work.
Actually, as you can see in the bottom of the marketing expenses, about 3 or 4 lines up, rewarded discounts, factor this in. In year one, it looks like we are spending money, but actually it's not that much in year one, because in year 2 are actually where the discounts will be handed out in a more aggressive manner. Is that not clear with the rewarded discount line?
Okay.
That's one of the things that I was curious about as well. I have seen some things recently about how people use coupons less than they used to, and I'm wondering why somebody who's buying something this expensive, why would they care about a coupon?
We've actually found that because our product is extremely expensive, that this would give our consumers more incentive to use the 10% off.
Can you give us some idea of what the other morale competitor that you had on your comparison chart? Obviously the price differentiation, but is there anything else that allocates itself or gives precedence to either that price differentiation or quality or anything else there? And is there others in the wings? Are we looking for other competitors to come back in here fairly quickly with the technology?
As far as competitors go, we feel that our mushroom sets us apart because it has multiple health benefits that other mushrooms do not have, including phytosterol, which I don't believe many mushrooms have at all, which helps the human body block cholesterol. And it also contains fewer calories and carbs than other mushrooms, with a greater concentration of protein and fiber. So that sets us apart.
Go ahead.
And actually, so the chart that you did see, the mushrooms that we have found that are the morel mushrooms that are served fresh, which is quite hard to find, are priced at that higher level, which the difference there is due to their seasonality. And our price is $20 or $25 below most competitors. So we found that our price settled nicely into there. And as far as other competitors entering the market, currently we do not foresee competitors in the next 5 years, but after that, when our patent pending design expires, more competitors will start entering the market.
So this is a patent pending or a patented program. Okay, I was unaware of that. Question for you on the communications aspect. We're attending some shows, and we have some communication vehicles out there that are pretty broad-based. Are we willing to sell or send a package of these wonderful morels to Southern Illinois, where I live?
At this time, we did not want to overextend your market. Having the greenhouses being located outside of Chicago and Minneapolis, St. Paul, we really are focusing on this local food aspect of the program at this time.
That's fine, but if I'm from, I don't know, California, where I bet you people would love to have some of these, and I attend the show, I'm going to want to take some back with me. What are you going to tell these folks? No? That's a good answer. I'm just wondering.
Right. We understand your concern, and we really feel that at this time, it is not necessary for us to overextend or actually start providing these mushrooms in Chicago. What's focusing on this locality and actually the freshness of the product.
Okay, so let me back up. Why are we at the show?
We are at the National Restaurant Association show because it does attract 58,000 attendees. This is a large number of people. These people are specifically looking to make connections in the new emerging markets, and this is right in your target demographic. There are going to be a lot of people from Chicago attending this show.
Okay, of the 58,000, how many from Chicago?
I do not have that number right now, but I would be happy to provide it with you afterwards.
Okay, thank you. I'll not badger you anymore.
Okay, along those same lines, though, I understand your reasoning on the show. Midwest Living. You're spending money to go into a big publication that goes way outside your target area.
We've chosen Midwest Living as a magazine that we'll advertise with because it is such a popular magazine, especially for this age range of 40 to 65. And it is a regional magazine from the Midwest where we are targeting Chicago and Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Can you break those out? Will they allow you to break out within Chicago and Minneapolis?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure that I understand your question.
A lot of magazines will allow you to break out by zip code.
Okay, I'm not sure that I have that information at this time, but I would be happy to get back to you.
Thank you.
Is there any concern with these being available year-round, that the demand, if you can get them all the time, part of the draw of these is you can only usually get them for a 2 or 3 week period. If you can get them every day, is there concerns that demand might drop?
As you know, your product is very rare and unique at this time. And just because it's offered year-round doesn't make it any less demanded by your target markets. We actually consulted farmers markets and restaurants, and they recognize the need for year-round production of morels.
I think the judges team that is time.